How much did you just want to come out and respond tonight coming off of Thursday's game?
The main goal for myself was to help my team get a win. I feel like when we win, winning definitely cures all. There was a lot to learn, definitely from the Lakers game. But we responded well. I'm glad we got the win.
Do you think what Barkley and Shaq said last week, do you view that as a legitimate critique?
And what exactly did they say?
I mean, essentially it was both those guys said we struggled with some conditioning stuff early in our career, and that got better, and we see that in his game a little bit too.
If it comes from a great place and a place where they just want to see me do better, thank you. But if it comes from anywhere else, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Can't control that.
And just for you, what's it like when you just become the topic of discussion for a lot of people, especially after a game like that, where a lot of people just talking about you and what's going on with you and stuff like that?
It's been like that since I was 16 years old, since I came onto the scene. If I want to be one of the best players in the league, if we don't win in a big moment or something bad happens, then that's to be expected. And like I said, I'm glad we responded and just got the win.
Is there any of that stuff that you hear and you feel like is too far, or they do too much or stuff like that?
At the end of the day, I can't control what no grown man do. Can't control what no grown adult does. All I can do is control the things I can control, lock in on myself, lock in on my teammates, coaches, and everybody with the Pelicans, the city, and try to win.
Their job is to critique and analyze a player in a said sport, which is basketball, which is what Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal did. Two guys that were big, struggled with conditioning, struggled with their diets, telling you from firsthand experience. A wise man will learn from others' mistakes. A fool will learn from his own. You know what? People keep saying, Zion need to hire a personal chef. Zion need personal accountability. That's what Zion needs, if it comes from a good place. Bro, you still, and I said yesterday, and I'm going to take back what I said yesterday, that Zion loves basketball. No, he doesn't. Because when you love something, you do everything you can. You cherish it, and you try to nurture it, and you try to get it to grow. Zion has not got his butt in shape, and he has not done what he needed to do with his conditioning or his eating habits. So it's on him. If he has a short career, he has no one to blame but himself.
Shannon Sharp, let me enlighten you about something. Zion Williamson wasn't talking about Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. Zion Williamson.
Talking about you?
He's talking about me. Okay.
Okay.
His stepdad called me this morning, and we had a really, really good conversation. So I'm going to reiterate what I said. Over the weekend on my podcast, Stephen A. Smith Show, certainly on First Take, I said that Zion Williamson looked fat. I meant it. I'm not stuttering. Zion Williamson, if you're listening, you're welcome. Because you said if somebody is saying it to you because they're rooting for you and they want it and it's coming from a good place because they want you to succeed, then thank you. It's exactly what I was doing. Your talent is great. It's not good. It's great. You are holding the championship aspirations of the New Orleans Pelicans in your hands. I'm not absolving them. They could do a better job with you. They could do a better job with a lot of things as an organization in New Orleans. But that does not absolve you from looking and being out of shape. When I talked about folks said you eat the table or chefs looking at you, I was not joking, nor was I making it up. What I was saying is that's what they're saying about you behind your back. That's how those folks, whoever they may be, are speaking about you in the city of New Orleans from what we're hearing. You have to do something about that. Without you, New Orleans is lucky to make it to the first round of the playoffs. With you in your A game, y'all challenge for the title. You're at the very least in the Western Conference Finals. That's the reality of the situation. Everything that Shannon Sharp just said about you, Zion, appears to be on point because we've seen no evidence to the contrary. Nobody is rooting against you. Nobody wants you to fail.
Yes!
We all want you to succeed. If you succeed, it gives us even more to talk about.
Yes.
We get to celebrate you and elevate you in the eyes of everybody the world over because you're that dude. Unfortunately, you weren't against the greatest in the world, one of the greatest ever in LeBron James. You could show up against Minnesota a couple of nights later after you were critiqued, but are you going to do that on a night-in, night-out basis? Because your talent says you can. Your conditioning says otherwise. That's on you, as Shannon Sharp just said. But nobody is rooting against Zion Williamson, which I told his dad this morning. Nobody is rooting against him. We're all rooting for him. But his conditioning has to be addressed, and damn it, somebody needed to tell him. So I was one of those folks that said so.
But he knows it.
We got to do our
here's
job.
the thing. He doesn't want to face the reality of it. He doesn't want to face the facts that he's not in the condition that he needs to be in and that his eating habits aren't up to par. Because he's looking at it, Stephen A. He said, but I'm still giving you 24 and 6. But what if you could give us 28 and 12, which you should give us? You are a more athletic. You can handle the ball better. You're more athletic than Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley got his conditioning and his eating habits under control, and he was able to go to another level. You can do that, Zion, but you've got to want to do it.